Hello and welcome to a new video. It's me, Martin, and today I have a special video with you where I'm going to be sharing a Preply trial lesson with an intermediate Japanese student. Now, this student I had never met before, and it's the first time that I'm teaching her, and she was recommended to me by another fellow tutor called Michael. So a huge thanks to Michael for setting up this trial lesson, and also a huge thanks to Mami, the Japanese student who agreed to participate in the trial lesson. So if you have any questions or you want to ask me any advice with regards to your trial lesson, please feel free to post your questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. In the meantime, enjoy the video and let's get into it. Thank you, Mami, for joining me today. Let me just share my PowerPoint that I've got here. Can you see that okay?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, great. All right. So today in this trial lesson, what we will do is we'll learn a little bit more about each other. We'll have a look at the tools on Preply, what's available on Preply. We'll have a look at what I use for teaching. And then we'll also have a look at what you want to focus on, and then a chance for a demo lesson. And so I've prepared a lesson that we can look at. And we can think about course options and then questions at the end. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, I don't know anything about you. So I've got some questions to ask. And the first question that I have is, what do you do, or what's your job?
I don't have a job. I'm just housewife now, but before I work at something to educational company as a making business plan stuff maybe, and I'm in charge of the Asia area, but I worked at the Tokyo headquarters office, and also we have a branch of Thailand and Vietnam and Philippines.
Branch in Thailand.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vietnam. Vietnam. So it's hard.
That's okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. All right. And you mentioned briefly about where you're from. So I assume from Japan. Tokyo. You mentioned Tokyo. So are you from Tokyo, or are you from another area in Japan?
I'm from the another area of Japan. I was born in the very countryside area called the Kagawa Prefecture, but maybe you don't know.
Okay. Kagawa Prefecture, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know Japan very well. I'm afraid. So sorry. I'm not sure where Kagawa is. Is it in the north or the south or somewhere?
South.
South.
Do you know Ryoma?
No, I don't.
He's a historical person in Japan. You don't know maybe. It's okay.
No. Sorry. Okay. My third question is what do you like to get up to when you have free time?
Uh, when I have free time, I spend the time to
Hmm.
dancing. Uh, I I having the lesson or ballroom dance, especially waltz and rumba.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, all right. Okay. And is there anything else that you like to do in your free time?
Or watching Netflix
Hmm. Hmm.
and listening to music and chatting with my friend.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. And what sort of music do you like to listen to?
Uh, um, Jazz or classic, and
Hmm.
sometimes pops,
Hmm.
uh, Japanese pops, and maybe Western pops. It's okay. Mm.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. All right. And how long have you been studying English?
Mm, it's too difficult question because in Japan, basically we studied with Japanese education was started by junior high school, maybe.
Hmm.
So, mm,
Okay. Um, right. So since junior high school, you've been studying English, yeah? So, um, okay. And what do you find most challenging about English?
uh, grammar.
Hmm.
I sometimes take the exam or like test. Uh, my score is listening is middle and speaking is low, and my grammar is more low. So
Mhm. Okay. All right. So you find grammar difficult, speaking so
mm,
so, yeah. Listening, okay. What about reading? Um, do you
uh,
find reading difficult?
reading, maybe grammar, reading, speaking, listening.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, again, so so. Great. Well, thank you for that. You have a chance to ask me any questions that you wish. Okay, and I've got different topics here. Okay, Mammy.
Okay. Why did you choose this job?
Um, that's a good question. um, when I first, well, I have to go back before teaching, and I went to university later than other people. I went to university when I was 23,
Mm,
so or 24. most people in England would go to university at 18, so I was a bit older than my
Mm,
fellow students. And the reason for that was because I had a job um, where I didn't need a degree. Then I went to university and graduated, and for uh, about 6 months, I was looking for work, and nobody wanted to
mm,
hire me. Um, so I thought, well, you know, I like culture, I like traveling, so I will go abroad. There's nothing here in England for me, so I will travel to another
mm,
country and get a job as a teacher, and that's how I chose this job. I started this job because I had no other job to do, but I fell in love with the job and have been a teacher now for about 16 years, over
mm.
16 years
So,
teaching English.
uh, uh, I watched the your YouTube,
Hmm.
and you are teaching for teacher of Celta.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I do help other teachers as well. I find the job itself is really interesting and I'm fascinated by it. So I'm quite keen to try and help other
Mm,
teachers as well. So yeah, that's right.
mm, do you have the family or
Yeah, I do.
ah,
I'm married. I've been married for a long time now.
long time?
A long time, yeah.
Oh,
Um, it's almost 20 years.
when you are 20 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And I have a son who is nearly 18.
18. You
Mm,
you have 18 boys, boys,
yeah,
18 men,
yeah, almost. Yeah, yeah,
almost men.
yeah.
You looks like more younger.
Oh, thank you.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, I do have a family.
mm. So, uh, are you living in London or which location? Which located in your home?
I live south of London. I
Mm.
live in an area which is about 1 hour, 30 minutes south of London. So
Oh,
it's near a city in England called Brighton. I live near
Brighton.
Brighton. Yeah.
Uh, Brighton. My colleague before
Uh,
job. Uh,
uh-huh.
she studied this city when she was a college student.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Mm.
so I live near Brighton,
Mm.
which is a nice coastal town. Yeah.
Okay. So what your hobby?
um, Now, my hobbies, like you, I like music. I like listening to music. I play jazz music. I play
Oh,
saxophone, um,
art sax, art sax.
tenor saxophone.
Mm.
Yeah, and so I play with a jazz orchestra in Brighton, but
Eh,
I also play with a small band, a jazz band, in my
eh,
free time.
eh,
And then I listen to lots of music. I like listening to music and
mm.
it helps me with my um, passion of music. I'm also really interested in culture. and travel. I have lived in 6 countries, and I've worked in three countries: England, Romania, and South Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah.
Mm, well, when did you work on South Korea?
This was the country I moved to after my once I graduated from university.
Mm,
So I moved to Korea in 2005, December 2005. And then I came back to England in January, February 2009.
so you spent the maybe over 4 years in South
Yeah, it was about three
Korea.
plus, yeah, 3 years, just over
Mm,
3 years.
why did you choose South Korea?
I was interested in South Korea at the time.
Which parts do you interest? Did you feeling to
Hmm.
the interested in South Korea?
Which parts? Do you mean like location or?
Or location or people or
Hmm.
history or
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I found food really interesting.
food?
Yeah, Korean food really, really interesting. I like Korean food, and I enjoyed the culture,
Mm.
um, and the history was very, very interesting. The people were very friendly, and if you learn a little bit of Korean, the Korean people will be very friendly and will invite you for something to eat or drink.
Okay. Uh, mm, mm,
Yeah. So that's what I found really interesting. Food, the people, the history, the geography, everything was really, really interesting.
mm, let's see. Mm, mm.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Uh, it's okay. Thank you
It's
for
okay. All right. Okay, right. Let me give you a bit of feedback. So whilst we've been talking, I've made a few notes. Okay. So here I've made a few notes of a couple of things that you mentioned, a couple of questions that you asked. And what I'd like to go through is some of these sentences. So I don't have a job, but I'm a housewife. So at the moment,
Mm.
yeah, you could say, yeah, yeah. So I'm not working at the moment. Okay. So at the moment means now. Yeah. Okay. And currently means now as well. So same meaning. Okay. So here we use the ing form because of this period now. Yeah. Okay. Next thing, I worked at an education company making. I just couldn't hear it. Could you tell me again?
This company. Mm, when I was working at this company, my
Mm.
job is making business strategy.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm,
Making business strategy. Yeah.
strategy.
Okay.
And
Making business strategy. Maybe um, implementing
implementing.
or deciding business strategy.
Deciding business strategy. But I have a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Deciding is I didn't have the any maybe light.
Authority.
Yes, as
Yeah,
authority. Yes,
yeah.
because I had
Someone above you. Yeah.
one people
Uh-huh.
director.
A line manager. A line
Yes,
manager.
line manager
Mm.
director.
Director. Yeah.
Director, yes, director.
Yeah.
I
Okay. So maybe implementing or deciding, not the right verb. Maybe if you are director, yeah, implementing, deciding is okay. But maybe with no authority or no, no opportunity, you could say, considering business strategy.
considering business strategy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or researching, if I can spell, researching business strategy. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I can understand what you mean, like making, maybe organizing, or considering, deciding, researching.
Maybe researching and making the P&L.
PML. What's
Maybe
PML?
P&L,
PNL. Uh-huh.
L, and marketing
Mm-hmm.
and making the PowerPoint.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
and I introduced the
Mm-hmm.
inside of company as a
Mm-hmm.
director or president, and maybe I can assure that this business is
Mm-hmm.
well successful in this
Mm-hmm.
area. So I research the market and making the
Oh,
sell,
yeah.
and so
Um,
reporting
so
on.
maybe reporting on and presenting possible business strategies,
Okay.
or marketing, presenting marketing opportunities. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm in charge of Asia area. So I am.
I am.
This is before, though, in Japan. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am now, or
I was
I
I was
was. Yeah.
in charge of Asia.
Yeah. So very good. Yeah. I was in charge of. We need to use the Asia area, or the Asian. Could use Asian area. But I worked at the Tokyo headquarters office. That's fine. Branch in Thailand. You're in Thailand now. And this word.
Vietnam.
Okay, we have to pronounce it.
Viet,
So Vietnam.
et,
Vietnam.
Viet, Vietnam.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
So that's it. Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Et,
Vietnam. Put it together and it's Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Much better. Yeah. Very good. Okay. I am born in the countryside area. I
No.
am. I was born. Okay. I was born in the countryside. We don't need area. You could
Okay.
just say countryside. That's okay. Kagawa in the south. Now, Japanese prefecture, Kagawa. Ah, all right. Let me see if I can find an image. Quite curious. Ah, good. Okay, I found a picture and I'll put it back here. So Kagawa. Yay. Okay, so here, yeah. I can see now.
Yes.
All right. Kagawa in the south. Yeah, it's like a small island, yeah?
Yes. It is first most small than the Japan.
Okay. It's the smallest
Small
prefecture in
prefecture.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the smallest prefecture in Japan.
Mm.
Okay, when I have free time, I spend the time. You can put I spend the time dancing, ballroom, waltz. I don't know if you mentioned foxtrot. I'm not sure, but anyway.
You know, Foxtrot.
Yeah, we have a TV series. Sometimes I watch it, and we call it.
So can you dancing?
No, I don't know it, but on TV there's a dancing program, like a competition, and
Ah,
they have different types of dances, like waltz, foxtrot, swing, that sort of stuff. Yeah,
so you living in England. So
yeah.
Blackpool.
Mm. Blackpool.
Uh, yes,
Mm.
it is the maybe most big, most of
Hmm.
famous competition in ballroom dance.
Ah, in Blackpool.
Yes.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. Sorry.
Okay. It's like never mind.
Is one of the most famous places for dance competitions in the UK.
One of the
Okay, I didn't know that.
okay.
Thank you. I will have to check my cousin. My cousin is really likes dancing, and she does competitions as well. So
Oh,
I will have to ask her about Blackpool. Maybe
yes.
she'll tell me. Okay, watching Netflix. There's a different way to say it. You could say, I enjoy streaming movies through Netflix. So, streaming movies is like internet movies. Yeah. Listening to music. Okay, good. You said I'm happy because you said jazz. So I love jazz music as well. You said classic, but we put AL at the end. Classical,
Classical.
classical, Beethoven. You know, that sort of thing. Japanese Western pops. No S here, just pop
Pop.
music.
Mm.
You said chatting with friends, which is good. You could also say catching up with friends. Yeah. So a nice phrase, catching up with friends. Yeah. So you don't see your friends for a week, and then you meet and you chat and you catch up with friends. Okay, the next one was about English. How long have you studied English? You said with Japanese education, we studied in junior high school. We can change it slightly. Yeah, so I started learning, or I started studying English from junior high school. Yeah, so just a small change, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I made a few notes about what you find difficult. And then some nice questions you asked. Yeah. Why did you choose this job? This I'm very happy with. Very good question. Yeah. Which you located in your home? Okay. I would recommend maybe where are you currently living? Yeah. Or whereabouts are you currently living? Yeah, so just a small change here. Could you say this word again?
Colleague.
Uh-huh. So you have to be careful with the L. I know it's difficult, but colleague,
Colleague.
So the tongue, I'm going to stop sharing for the moment. So when you have your tongue, you need to put it here. League,
Colleague.
league,
League.
league.
League. League.
Uh-huh. Good.
Colleague. Colleague. League.
Okay, so just have a look at me again, and I'll say the word slowly and then try and repeat. So colleague, colleague.
Colleague. Much better.
Much better. Yeah, well done. Yeah, really good. Yeah. I know in Japanese the R and the L is kind of difficult. Yeah. The same in Korean. The R and the L is the same letter in Korean. Yeah. But yeah, league, and slightly different. And l. Yeah. Anyway, that's very good. Right, let's go back to this. What your hobby? We would probably better say what sort of hobbies do you have, or what are your hobbies? Which parts you find interesting? This was about Korea, and you could say, what sort of thing did you find interesting about Korea? Yeah. What sort of thing, what sort of thing do you find interesting in Thailand, Mummy? Is it the food, the people?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No, just sorry for Thailand, but honestly, my husband decided to working in here, so I quit my job
Oh,
and I moved to here.
I
So
see. I see. Okay.
sorry for Thailand.
I understand. So your husband is from Japan as well, is that right?
Yes.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Uh, okay. Yeah. So you could ask all sorts of things. What sort of thing do you find interesting about? Yeah. What do you find interesting about English? What do you find interesting about the winter in Japan? Or what do you find interesting about Korea? That sort of thing. It's a nice
So
question to have.
what sort of things did you find interesting about?
Yeah. Okay. Right. we'll move on to our PowerPoint again. So I've already given you quite a bit of feedback there. And in terms of the tools that I use, on Preply, as you know, we have the whiteboard, you have all the library of resources, you have the flashcards, and you have screen sharing. But for me, the only thing that I tend to use is the screen sharing like we are using now. And I end up preparing my own material. Yeah, I tend to use either Preply or Zoom for the whiteboard or the screen sharing. That's fine. Google Documents I use, like I shared with you just before, about speaking feedback. I use Google Documents to type out some notes and then give you feedback on that. And then I share that with the students so that they can have access to that. In terms of material, I prepare all my own material so students can, I prefer to prepare my own material so I know what I'm teaching rather than just delivering something which is available. And then messages or email I communicate with students. Is that all right so far? Okay.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Yes, that's okay. Okay, right. In terms of course focus and placement tests, what specific area do you? Well, what sort of thing do you hope to achieve by the end of a course, for example?
I I would like to get the 6.5 score on IELTS by April.
Okay. So, where are we? January, Feb, March, April. 3 months away. That's okay. That's doable. So you have your IELTS exam. Why are you taking an IELTS exam? Can I ask why?
Because I would like to enter the MBA course in Thailand, and maybe this course, maybe I can apply for this course by maybe May or April.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Okay. And how about me? The last question. How do you see your teacher helping you during your course?
How do you see your teacher helping you? How do you see?
What do you want me to do as a teacher to help you? That's the question.
Yes. I like to strictly change to my grammar or grammar, because honestly, I was I was studying English way too long, but I don't know why I can't I can't speaking or writing in English, because maybe I didn't study more eager. Maybe just playing. So I want to finish the study English.
Okay. um, yeah. In terms of speaking,
Mm,
um, for me, if it's speaking, I'm not really interested in your grammar. You know, all I want you to do is to speak and not think too much. If you think too much, it's not going to come out natural. And yeah, I've met some students, particularly from Japan and South Korea, who think too much about what to say or they want to sound perfect.
mm,
But what they don't realize is you need to not think too much and just speak. And then, you just need to be confident. And yes, people will make mistakes. If I speak Korean, for example, I'm going to make a mistake, but I don't care. It's okay. It doesn't matter. And the same for you when it comes to English, just speak. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake because everybody makes mistakes.
okay. But
But
mm, okay.
yeah. And if you make mistakes, then that's fine because we can have a look at the mistakes and correct them anyway. It's okay.
Mm,
Anyway, and when it comes down to IELTS, with regards to speaking, one part of your speaking is on grammar. The rest is on vocabulary, fluency, pronunciation, etc.
yes.
So, yeah, don't worry too much about the grammar with your speaking. It's just one part of everything.
Okay.
Okay, right. In terms of course options, let's have a look. So, how often do you hope to have lessons each week? Well, you know, you seem quite keen.
Uh, mm,
So,
mm.
at the moment, do you have 2 lessons or 3 lessons, 4, 5? How many lessons do you have each week?
Uh, honesty,
Yeah,
honesty depends on the cost because
yeah.
now I don't working at the moment,
Uh-huh.
so depends on cost.
The
Honesty,
cheaper the better, yeah?
yes.
Okay. All right.
But
Hmm.
and that I have at the moment recently I am a housewife, so I
Hmm.
have a lot of time to study. But if I can cover the study myself,
Hmm.
it's okay for me. But Michael recommended me that your course and
Mm.
your grammar course and maybe so how.
That's okay. That's all right. What I'll do is I will recommend you what you can do outside of lessons. Yeah, and that's fine. I have an idea of what you want to focus on. Exam preparation. That's fine. I can give you some guidance, and that's all. But yeah, that's all right.
Mm.
Let's move on. And let's have a look at a demo lesson and something that I've prepared. So let's have a look here. And I'm going to go back here. And I've prepared a lesson about movies. Yeah. So you mentioned you like watching movies on Netflix. Yeah.
Yes.
So the second question I've got here is what sort of movies do you enjoy?
uh, I can be I I can be the other person in the movie, and I feel
Well, the question it's asking is, bear with me. What sort of movies do you enjoy? So, do you like movies which are like action or romance, or what sort of movies do you enjoy?
sorry,
No, that's okay.
action or something human, like Terminal. Do you know Terminal?
Yeah, so something like
Human.
action, um, human, human. Okay, Terminal movie. Let's have a look. It's about a man. Yes, it's like a sort of drama. Yeah, comedy drama. Comedy drama. So drama.
Drama and Blind Side. Do you know Blind Side?
No, I don't know that, I'm afraid.
Blind Side. Maybe like drama.
Okay. So you like action, you like drama, that sort of thing, yeah. Okay. How often do you watch movies then, Mummy?
Mm, once a week, maybe.
Okay, once a week, yeah. All right. And can you tell me about the last movie you watched? What was the last movie you watched?
Honestly, recently I didn't see. I didn't watch a movie, so but yeah, Blind Side, Blind Side, Blind
Blind.
Side,
Uh, how do you spell that?
blind,
Blind. Okay.
Blind Side,
So last movie, Blind Side. Yeah, is that right?
Blind Side.
Blind Side. Is that the movie? Ah, is it this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ah, The Blind Side. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, thank you. All right. And it was like a drama as well, yeah? Sort of. That's nice. Okay, good. Right. Now, here we have different movie posters and different types of movies. Yeah. So, what sort of movies do you like? Action, you mentioned, drama, that sort of thing. Now, I'm going to share this with you. Okay. And what I'd like you to do is to come in and match. So I put this in the chat. Have you got the link there? Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
see the link? Excellent. What I'd like you to do is, for example, animation. You move it below the poster you think is animation. Yeah. And try and match the name of the type of movie to the poster.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. SCI 5. But maybe this one.
Okay, good. Well done. Yeah, good job. Okay, so all posters have been matched and all of them are correct. Yeah, so well done, Mammy. They're all correct. Yeah. Now, you mentioned this one you're not sure of, but let me put in another. So, sci-fi is the same as science fiction. Yeah. We just use sci and fi to put it together. That's all. Okay. But yeah, science fiction like I'm not sure, Back to the Future or Armageddon or something with space or that sort of thing. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I did have some conversation questions here to do with movies and that sort of thing. But I'm afraid we've run out of time, and then we had a bit more of an activity. But you could have a look at this in your own time, Mammy, and then have a look at the different types of jobs these people do and what they do. So, we have producer, and it's like, finances the film and that sort of thing. Oops. Okay. But we're going to go back to our PowerPoint because we've run out of time. I'm sorry. Okay. Right. Okay. So, what did you think of that very short lesson? Was it all right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel you maybe you spend the time to the prepare the lesson. I feel maybe.
Yeah, kind of. I've got lots of lessons available, and I just pick out some lessons which I think are suitable, particularly for students that want to try and improve their speaking and that sort of thing.
And I can easy to hear about your pronunciation for me.
Oh, good. That's good. That's good. Well, I'm pleased to hear that. Yeah. Okay, right. Well, we'll finish off. What I'll do is I'll send you some tasks to do by yourself. You have access to some of the material. Your speaking feedback, I'll give you a link for that so you have access to that as well, and I'll put that in the chat now. And you can you have both access to that, so you can have it after today's lesson. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll send you a bit more material, self-study material, particularly for your IELTS, and hopefully that will help you with preparation. But do you have any final questions before we finish off at all? Okay, so there we are. That was the trial lesson, and I hope you found it incredibly useful. With regards to the lesson itself, I found it quite interesting. The student was obviously an intermediate student. There were the initial issues with regards to pronunciation, and I tried very hard to develop that awareness of pronunciation with the student. And again, a huge thanks to everybody who organised this lesson. Huge thanks to Mami again, the student who participated. It was very nice to meet her, and also a huge thanks to the fellow Preply tutor who recommended this student, Michael. So thank you all. Have a lovely day, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when I upload another video. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and happy teaching. Bye bye.